CTO and Let It Ride here on KPOI 105.9, the Big Kahuna, Honolulu's only classic rock, and Dave Lawrence, the Workforce Afternoon, and 4:15. Today, a very special moment here on the show, a couple of special moments in store. I have a veteran of previous Crater celebrations in the studio, a major fan of my show, and someone who is performing live at the upcoming Crater celebration on April 1st at Diamond Head. Tickets are on sale now. It is a great pleasure to welcome back to the Air Studio, KPOI, the lovely and talented Yvonne Elliman. Aloha, Yvonne.
Aloha, Dave.
Good to have you back.
You're looking good, man. You know what? I got something to tell you.
What's that?
I mean, the word from people when they say, because, you know, they know that I've met you and we know each other. They say, you know, that guy, he really loves his work.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, you're right. Because it's not BS, you know. And I say he absolutely does. And he's such a knowledgeable person about music. But so that's the word, you know. People think that you really are having a good time.
Uh-huh.
And I vouch for that.
And you told him he is. Too good of a time. How do people get paid to do that? That's very sweet of you. That's a nice thing to introduce your appearance.
Well, it's good that you do have that you do love your work, because, you know, it's the most important thing, I think. Right? You know?
Well, that's what my parents, one time, they came to visit me in college, and they were like, they said, don't worry about the money. Try to pick something you really dig and just do it all the time. And I didn't get it, and then I took their advice, and it worked.
Uh-huh. You see? Yeah, it really does matter. It does. So anyway.
That's very
What
sweet.
time is it, Dave?
It's almost that magical time, Yvonne. I'll ask you in 3 minutes, and then we can do that. We are closing in on that time of day, aren't we? And Yvonne brought a very special guest, Alan Alexander, down here, and he's going to also be accompanying Yvonne when she plays live in the studio. So,
yes.
So she didn't come alone. She's packing a band here. And hey, two people can make a whole lot of sound, brother Alan. I was just listening to you practice here in the studio. And so now one of the things, I'm going to show you a cool thing that a listener sent me in a moment. And before I do, you played at least one other Crater festival, right? Maybe more than that?
No, one.
Just one?
Just one. Right after Jesus Christ Superstar.
I have this cool listener then that I want to have lots of cool listeners. But this guy, loyal listener Rick, I call him Rick the Mystery Faxer, because when I first got here, he used to fax me really cool local rock history things about concerts that have happened, festivals, stuff about you. Wow. And then he moved into mailing me these big envelopes. And they're filled with ads and clippings. And and listeners have always really dug when I share this stuff on the air. And one came today, and this is what it says. Hi, Dave. I look forward to hearing Yvonne Elliman on your show this Friday afternoon. I first saw Yvonne perform in concert on December 26, 1970 at the Old Civic Auditorium as a supporting act for Lee Michaels. She accompanied herself on acoustic guitar and did a fine solo performance.
That's right.
It was then that I realized she was not only a good singer, but also a talented guitarist. A few days later, she made her first, and I believe only appearance, at the January 1st, 1971 Diamond Head Crater Festival. Santana was the headliner.
Yep.
And
wow, the guy's right on.
This dude is the man. And he said, I am sure Yvonne will fondly remember this event. And I've included some articles of these events for your review.
Oh, my goodness.
Keep up the good work,
Did he take
Dave.
any pictures?
He didn't actually take any pictures, but look at this. I'm going through the packet with Yvonne here, and there's an advertisement, and it's Lee Michaels and Yvonne.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's a photocopy of the actual ad.
That is so great.
And what does it say about you? It says, read that on the...
Plus the beautiful voice of Mary on the Jesus Christ Superstar album. You know what? I remember that, and now I remember it, but I'd totally forgotten all about that.
Haven't seen that ad in a long time, huh?
That's crazy. I was here 1970. What was I doing here?
And
I came home to visit. And what did I sing? Can you tell me that?
Yeah, I have a little bit more about your show, actually. The Crater one. Actually, here's the review that I have.
I know what I sang at the Crater.
You do remember?
What did I sing at the Lee Michaels show?
He doesn't have. It just has this one. This is actually a review from the Crater. It says, Yvonne Elliman. Wow, this chick plays guitar and sings like she's been on the road for years. I hope she sticks around a while. We'd sure like to see her again. That's from the Honolulu Advertiser review of the Crater. And you can remember it, huh? You can. What is your memory of it?
Okay, no, I remember singing Hawaii, which is a song I wrote when I was so depressed and so homesick. So I remember singing that, and I think I sang I Don't Know How to Love Him. And then I remember walking, around and, the festival atmosphere. And I remember a guy named Arnold Spencer, who I went to school with at Roosevelt, came up to me and he said, hey, how come you still wearing the same kind of eye makeup? And that's all I remember because, I mean, I was tripping that day, you know. But that's what I remember is Arnold saying that. I'll never forget it. And I got all like, I don't know, I got all embarrassed and defensive, and I don't think, didn't have an answer. I just thought, well, it looked good, you know. Because, you know, he'd turn into a
What a memory.
And, yeah, well, that kind of stuff sticks.
That is good
Oh,
stuff.
hey. What time is it, Dave?
I think it might be that time. What time is it, Yvonne?
It's 4:20.
Right on the money. Good for you. You guys are on the ball over here. I love guests like that. Alan looks at his watch.
Hey, thanks, Rick. Thanks, Rick, for that.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And I actually do. And then there's a little tiny review. I have part of the Sunbums article, concert review of the Lee Michaels Yvonne Elliman show, and I'll read you the part about you. The stage is swiftly set for Yvonne Elliman. A nice change of pace with the pretty Yvonne making her homecoming concert atop a piano stool with only an acoustic guitar. She's been sitting around with that old guitar a while, too, because it's quite effective. Her voice is uncommonly strong. Yvonne was surprised and delighted with the crowd's enthusiastic acceptance. A review of you way back at the Blaisdell with Lee, or not the Blaisdell, but the Civic Auditorium, December 26, 1970.
Wow. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I feel all good now.
Well, this guy Rick, he hooks it up like that.
That's great.
And and I'll let you have this thing when you leave too.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, for your collection. You're quite welcome.
Thanks so much for that. Rick, the mystery man. Is he still a mystery, or has he ever shown himself to you?
He's remained a mystery.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah,
man.
and he's out there, but he's a strong supporter of the show. And every band, anyone who comes to town, I get a packet like this with all these articles and photos.
Aren't you so curious?
About who Rick is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very curious. What am I going to do? I mean, there's no return address. There's no phone number.
Oh,
I give him
goodness.
tons of praise. I thank him on the air. I bring him up with the artists a lot of the time and say, to the artist, hey, I have this listener, Rick the Mystery Faxer.
Wow.
So, no, I love the guy.
Well, that's great. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think that's wonderful. And you remain that way because I think I'm getting chills thinking about this Rick person.
Dude, the guy, it's been years,
It could be an old woman. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, right, Rick.
It could be.
It's just it's a name that he uses. Who knows who it is?
As long as he doesn't mail any bombs.
You're not allowed to say that word on here.
But yeah, he's a very good guy and obviously an Yvonne Elliman fan. So I'm sure he's listening, Yvonne, and I'm sure he's
good, man.
And now he'll. I wonder. You were doing an acoustic set when you did the Crater? When you did that Crater gig, was it just you and a guitar?
That's all I had. I mean, I was the only child, and so the guitar was like my friend, and I would take it with me everywhere. I played piano for 7 years, and I studied, but I couldn't take it with me, so
sure.
Picked up the guitar, something that I could take out of the house, because sometimes, a teenager wants to do their own thing, and so the guitar was something that, moved with me. And I was good, you know why? Because I'm left-handed.
Oh.
And the left hand had to do, I guess, the more powerful work, or it needed the strength. And so I learned quickly. I'm not saying I was good, but I picked it up fast, and I used to kind of, the boys would go running.
And it's cool. I like the fact that I'm glad you made the transition from piano to guitar, because you can just take it with you and bring it to my studio, for example.
Exactly.
And you brought along Alan, so
and I want to tell you something. I mean, we're going to be playing around with some stuff, and Alan said, why don't you just bust out some licks, he said, pane, and so I'm saying, well, sure, okay, I'm bragging, sure, I can do it. And of course, we practicing before we come here, and I start freezing up a little bit, so I want y'all to know out there that if you hear any, real clunker notes, it ain't Alan playing them, okay?
Oh, it's
okay?
Good. She's really good.
That's kind of you. Giving Alan a little coverage like that. Well, we have, what are we going to hear first in our acoustic set here?
Well, since it's that hour. Huh? Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's right.
We're going to do 4 and 20.
Dig that. That's cool. That's what you were practicing earlier in the room.
Yeah.
Yvonne Elliman, Alan Alexander, live here in the studio on K-Boy 105.9 The Big Kahuna.
Thank you. 20 years ago, I come into this life, son of a woman and a man who lives in strife. He was tired of being poor, and he wasn't into selling door to door. And he works like a devil to be more. A different kind of poverty now upsets me so. Night after sleepless nights I walk the floors and I want to know why am I so alone? Where is my woman? Can I bring her home? Have I driven her away? Is she gone? New strings. Sunrise and I'm driven to my bed. See that it is empty and there's devils in my head. I embrace the many-colored beast. I grow weary from the torment. Can there be no peace? And I find myself just wishing that my life can simply cease. We're flat. That's our, you know.
That was really cool.
And new strings. It's silly. Anyway, tuning as I'm playing. And I'm sorry, but that was.
Lines are gonna light up.
I love. Thank you. You know, our voices, they blend so nicely. You know, when I first met him, it was just a matter of getting together and jamming, and then I realized, you know, he has a very breathy quality like that.
Right.
And so they kind of complement each other.
They
He's
were.
the one. This is the guy that got me singing again.
Yeah, I remember. And
Yeah.
I learned that last year.
This is the guy, because he said, "What's your problem? I mean, why are you so like insecure?" And well, he didn't say it like that. He said, "Hey, sing already." You know?
I like how you did it the second
What I
time.
do.
Alan Alexander is his name. He's a monster, and he's here with Yvonne. And I'm going to play a few messages, and
Sure.
then we'll return, and I'll play you a U2 song. I've been doing a 420 series
He's
all
the
week.
monster, and you're the animal.
Our continuing in-studio session with Yvonne continues here on 105.9.
Mahalo.
And it is 4:33, KPOI 105.9, the Big Kahuna, Honolulu's on the Classic Rock, and Dave Lawrence, Workforce Afternoon. My buddy Yvonne Elliman and my buddies Yvonne Elliman and Alan Alexander, both in the studio. I know, a lot of L's.
You just call him Alan Man.
Alan Man.
Alan Man and Ellen Man.
Might as well.
So yeah, it does rhyme with your last name. I just got that. So all week long, Yvonne, at your favorite time of day, which passed 10 minutes ago, which is what time?
420.
We've been exploring. We're counting down to U2.
Right.
Coming the week after your big show at the Crater.
Exciting.
And every day at the 420, we played a different song from the October record this week. And so I thought we'd wrap it up with you here in the studio.
Terrific.
And I saved the song that has a female name just for when you were here. Gloria.
Oh, right.
I just thought that would be a cool way to wrap up our week together. So we continue our U2 countdown here, even with my guests in the studio, because they wanted to do that. And from October, Gloria here. Happy belated 420 on K-Poi 1059. U2 from October, and we have now successfully wrapped up an entire week of U2 from October 420s here on K-Poi 1059, the Big Kahuna, Honolulu's only classic rock. And they are coming the week after the Big Crater celebration. Yvonne Elliman is in the studio here, and Alan Alexander. They're going to be playing live at the Crater celebration on April 1st at Diamond Head. And you guys can provide a little bit more insight because you're going to be performing there. So you've been hearing cool stuff about the day. What are some of the arrangements in terms of stages? Aren't there going to be like multiple stages going on that day on April 1st?
You know, I was daydreaming when they were talking about that at the meeting.
Well, I can add something to that.
Thankfully, you both were not daydreaming.
Yeah, it's gonna be like you're gonna be shuttled in. So on your ticket, when you get your ticket, you're gonna give them your zip code, and from there they're gonna have stations that you go to park to, so you don't have to drive far, and there won't be any traffic congestion. And inside the Crater, when you get there, you'll be able to mingle. There should be a cabaret tent that will have local entertainment prior to the big show starting out at 2 o'clock.
Is that where we are?
Pardon me?
Are we in the cabaret tent?
No, you're in the big tent, honey.
Oh.
She's in the tent?
But we can go jam at the cabaret tent, right?
Well, let's not go there, honey.
I love it.
But, just to let the people know out there, there'll be a food court, there'll be tents, you can mingle during the concert, and then when Kenny Endo starts his taiko drums, I guess that's the beginning of the
And you don't have to
shebang.
sit in your seat, too. You don't have to stay there and watch. You can do whatever you want. You can, right? You can leave, and they want you to mingle. They want people to mill about and experience the food. And there's going to be great lights with when Steve Miller, when finally it turns dark.
Yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be a big bash, gang.
Lots of visuals. Yeah.
Yeah, real good.
So, but you said tent. Are you guys in a tent, or are you going to be on an outdoor?
We're gonna be on a stage, but they're gonna have. Well, it's gonna be a.
We're gonna be with the symphony.
There's gonna be a stage in this cabaret type of tent.
Okay.
It's like gonna be off to the side.
So that's just one of them.
Yeah, and during the whole day, between breaks, I guess they're gonna have music going on and food and paraphernalia.
That's going to be huge. And you're getting paraphernalia.
No, I'm just kidding.
Paraphernalia shop? Oh, the face painting?
No.
No?
And there it is, that kind of family vibe, huh? There's like activities for everyone, sort of.
Absolutely. I don't know. Can you bring your own cooler?
I think you're limited. If you go to the site, the website, you can probably check it out and get more info there at www.creatorcelebration.com.
It's a cool site. It's a very cool site, really colorful and stuff. I'm really, I've been checking it out too, getting kind of anticipating all this stuff.
And
we'll get
Dave,
you backstage.
well, it's supposed to be promoting the Hawaii Arts Festival that's kicking off or
He's such a good
ending up
interpreter.
here in Hawaii, so I encourage everybody to come on out, man. You guys gonna have a good time out there.
What would we do without Alan?
Honestly.
He's got the whole rap down.
Well done.
I love it.
Well done.
And so you are going to gig with the symphony, huh? So it's gonna
Yeah,
be...
and I'm excited about that because I had a really good time when I did the concert hall. Oh, it was so great to have that wall of sound behind you, and Matt Kattendoobie is just
He's a monster.
He is
Very talented.
Kattendoobie.
Captain Goob, man.
Captain
He said,
Goob.
Bring out the poi. Here comes Matt Kattendoobie's choo-choo.
And with that, we'll take a 4:20 break here.
Listen to my man. How are you going to, when you play with the symphony, is it going to be like a long set? They're going to have a longer set, and you're going to be one part of their show? Do you know? Have you worked
I think there's going to be I think Naleo's going to also sing with the symphony. And,
Okay.
I don't know where the placement is, what we're going to do. I just know that I've got a certain allotment of time, and I got to work if there is a hana ho, I got to work that into the time too. So it's time constrained.
Everybody, it's time constrained. We've got to get off by 8 o'clock, and so during the day, whatever artists are in town up to the time of the show, maybe George Benson may come to town, and they might ask George Benson to play. You never know. So if an artist comes to town and they want to do the gig and add on to a jam with Steve Miller, he's going to have a blues jam.
For somebody to come up.
Yeah,
and jam.
he's open for that too.
I've heard
More,
that there
too.
may even be some people coming just as guests to kind of
So I've got to go do the 17-city satellite media tour, right? I got to go to L.A. on the 24th. It's on the 24th of March.
And then they put you guys up for interviews and just dial it into all these
I sit in
stations.
some room somewhere dressed like Hawaii. But I don't know. Is it going to be the Hawaii backdrop or what? I don't know. See, I wasn't listening to that part either. But,
well, it's going to be good.
But it's going to be, and I love Hawaii, so I can speak honestly from my heart. It's, try and, I guess, get people to come
from the mainland.
Yeah, for the arts season.
Wow, that's very cool.
Which is in the spring.
And they ship you to L.A. to plug it. We like that.
Put me and Alan up. We're going to go cruise around there a little bit. But I've never done this like one after another. Radio, TV, 2-3 minutes with each one. And answering pretty much the same questions and doing my spiel,
And this guy, Ron Gibson, who's coordinating the whole thing, he's doing a great job, and he has a great team of people working with him. So, man, I got to check it out.
Yeah, I've talked to him. He's a good guy. Yeah, he sounds like he's totally on top of it. I've been very impressed with the way it's. And when you do the satellite thing, is Steve going to be there and Linda Ronstadt and everybody going to?
No, I'm the only one.
Wow.
Yeah,
special.
I'm like spokesperson.
I like that.
So I better listen when they talk next time.
Hey, you somebody.
No daydreaming at the next one.
I hated school, man.
So, hey, Yvonne, I have this, I'm glad I remembered this, because this morning I called up to just tell Brother Ed what an awesome show he was doing, and he threw me on the radio real quick, and we were talking, and he brought up a really cool idea, and I just remembered it, and I'm lucky I remembered it. Remember when you did the 3 Years a Dave party at Cha Cha Cha, and you played, and we broadcast it live on the radio? We get so many calls for the Can't Find My Way Home that you did that day, and
really?
Yeah, and Ed had this when we were talking. The idea was maybe we could either have it as a download or something at our website. I just wanted to make sure that I dropped it into your ear, that would be a really cool kind of thing. And
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to read Alan's sign language.
Does Alan want to play that tune? Do you want to? I could. You guys.
If people out there want to listen to it, and if they're calling for it, I'd like to do it. We could do it again. It's all up to Yvonne. She's the man. I mean, woman.
They've heard it a lot already. I thought we'd branch into something.
Yeah, no, that's cool. But I just went for.
Well, thank you. No, I think that'd be fine. Absolutely. There's the exposure and the fact that people love it, or they call up for it.
They call all the time, and Ed had a great idea. The idea was maybe people could be able to download it and have it for their own, and get it through maybe our site or something. It's just something I wanted to see.
Sure.
And maybe we could work on that. You're not opposed to it, though.
No. Must be Kevin's solo, yeah?
Ching.
There you go. Throwing out some plugs. So you're not going to play that one acoustic here in the room for us, though. You'll play other stuff, because I could play the other version of that, the one we're talking about.
Yeah, you could do that.
And just throw that in here. If you're not gonna actually play it live in the studio, and you're gonna play some other stuff, then I could play that other version.
Yeah, we're gonna rough it.
Are you? Okay.
We're going to go into uncharted territory.
Okay. No, I like that. Then I'll get this one on, because people have been calling all week going, you got to either get her to play it, or you'll have to play it. I'm serious.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, people love it. Yeah, people definitely dig it. All right, I'm going to throw down the version that we have from Cha Cha Cha, and then when you come back, we'll play some other stuff, as Yvonne calls it, uncharted territory, on the acoustics here. This is from last August in Waikiki. Yvonne Elliman doing Blind Faith on KPOI 105.9 The Big Kahuna.
See tears. I love tears. No, tears of joy. Tears of joy. Thank you.
Yvonne Elliman, recorded live on the air here on KPOI 105.9 The Big Kahuna, Honolulu's only classic rock, doing Blind Faith, and at Cha Cha Cha, Waikiki, last summer at our 3 Years a Dave party. That was awesome.
That song, I love that song, I mean, it just conjures up such... I don't know what it is. It's like it's so mysterious. Anyway, I've always loved it. Way before I ever met Eric, So I put it on my first album. I've got like 6 versions of it, two on one album, and when I first did it in New York, and very different. It was just some with the harmonicas, some with one has a harp on it, and anyway, I mean the big kind of harp, the string harp.
Like to send a big mahalo out to Brother Chaz, our brother Ed Kanoe's brother, who did the recording on that when we were at the club that day. So. Thank you very much, Chaz, and big aloha to your wife, too, Janice out there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, it's a good plug. We were just talking about that. We were lucky we had Brother Ed's brother in the house to do that fine recording that day. So, Chaz and Janice.
How he did that. That was a very small box he was dealing with.
He's the Brother Ed family. You never know what they're capable of. They're hardcore. Well, it's been a wonderful hour having you here in the studio.
Has it been that long already? already? Wow.
Getting close to one.
Yeah,
Time
yeah.
flies when we're having fun.
Seriously.
And Yvonne is tickets. There are a handful of tickets remaining on sale for Yvonne's appearance at the Crater Celebration. I encourage folks to get them and be there. It's going to be huge. A lot of folks. April 1st, Diamond Head rocks again, and with a wide variety of talent too. It's going to be quite a day. I hope that by the day's end, maybe I see you up there with Steve Miller. Maybe you do a little thing.
Oh, I know. I saw Steve Miller on a plane flight. You know, we were both in first class, and I was with Robert Stigwood, and Robert said, "Why don't you go over and say hello?" And I said, "Oh, okay." So I went up and I said, "Hi, my name's Yvonne Elliman." He went,
So now she's with Alan and we're writing economy.
You know, he probably gets so tired of people approaching him, and I like economy.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The snack boxes are good.
Well, maybe it will end up with something at this.
I love his music.
Yeah, he was a great guest when he was on recently.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be a huge event, and so Yvonne and Alan have one blockbuster cover that they were just practicing here in the studio, and they're going to lay it on us. And a great way to end their set. It's a song I don't think really needs a lot of introduction, just because everyone's sort of.
You certainly don't connect it with me.
No, you don't
But
at
I'm
all.
a huge fan of this guy. Oh,
Yeah.
I love him.
And
He's
I
great.
guess we'll say it is Tom Petty, and then
Yeah.
everyone will know the tune when you break it out. But a perfect one to wrap up your set here on the Workforce. Thank you so much for coming down too.
And we hope nobody has any of these on the way home.
Yes, certainly.
Mahalo.
We hope they don't. It is
driving.
Yeah, it's a good driving tune for sure. It's Cape Boy 105.9, the Big Kahuna, Honolulu's only classic rock. Yvonne Elliman and Alan Alexander.
Mahalo, David. Okay. 3, 4. It's alright if you love me. It's alright if you don't. I'm not afraid of you running away, honey. I get the feeling you won't. There's no sense in pretending. Your eyes give you away. Something inside of you's feeling like I do. We said all there is to say. Baby, break down. Go ahead and give it to me. Break down, honey, take me to the night. Yeah, break down. I'm standing here, can't you see? Break down, it's alright. Yes, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright if you love me. Is that my solo? Oh, shoot. It's alright if you don't. I'm not afraid of you running away, honey. I get the feeling you won't. There's no sense in pretending. Your eyes give you away. Something inside of you's feeling like I do. We said all there is to say, yeah, yeah. Baby, break down. Go ahead and give it to me. Break down, honey, take me to the night. Yeah, break down. I'm standing here, can't you see? Break down, it's alright. Yeah, you know it's alright. It's alright. No, it's alright. Alright, alright. I tell you, it's alright. Yeah, alright. It's alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was very cool. I dug that. That was awesome, man. Yvonne, you can sing. It's amazing. And the leads, too. Watching you play. Right here.
I'm going to start practicing that. Thank you, hon.
Oh, it was awesome.
We enjoyed ourselves.
Here on K-Boy 105.9, the Big Kahuna, very special. Yvonne and Alan, thank you so much for coming down.
You're welcome. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Because you're an animal, Dave.
And get your tickets now and see them at the Creator Celebration coming up on April 1st. Thanks again for coming down, you guys.
Oh,
Welcome.
man. Terrific.
Thank you, Dave.
See you soon.
You're welcome. We'll have our interview with Jack Cassidy from Hot Tuna and Jefferson Airplane coming up around the corner on 105.9.